It's another typical morning. Yukichi, our ultra-skilled feline friend, practically drags Saku out of bed, feeds her, and even helps her brush her teeth. I mean, who even needs an alarm clock anymore? Just when you think the day is going to be another mundane loop, a curveball comes flying in. Saku's boss, Orizuka, gives her an invitation. It's for Yume's birthday party. And get this, Yume's invited Yukichi too. Yes, it's a costume party. And you won't believe what Yukichi's planning. He's totally down to go. But here's where it gets dicey. Saku's flipping out because, let's face it, a cat at a human party? That's like inviting a fish to a desert. But wait, Yukichi is already sewing an adorable doll as a birthday gift for Yume. Oh, it doesn't stop there. The genius feline has also stitched up a mouse costume for Saku. Fast forward to the D-Day, the birthday party we've all been waiting for. Saku and Yukichi make their grand entrance dressed as the classic cat and mouse duo. You're probably wondering, how does Yukichi not blow his cover? Well, get this. They slap a fake zipper on his back, so now he's masquerading as a stuffed animal. Genius, right? Now, today's birthday girl, Yume, is donning a princess costume, but guess who's the real showstopper? Yukichi. Poor Saku almost faints from the sheer anxiety, but luckily, no one's the wiser. Here comes the plot twist, guys. Yume's mom turns out to be Orizuka's sister. And you won't believe it, she's super young and looks nothing like Orizuka. I mean, talk about the power of genetics, right? Wait, where's Yukichi? He's been whisked away to Yume's grandma, who's visually impaired. But surprise, Grandma ain't freaked out by this massive cat. In fact, she said she used to have a smart black cat herself. Now, as Saku rushes in to explain the situation, Grandma assures her that she's a lucky girl for having such a fortunate black cat. Finally, the birthday candles are blown, gifts are exchanged, and get this, people are blown away by Yukichi's cooking skills. Yes, this cat can cook. It's a day full of fun and laughter, and all's well that ends well. Oh, and one last thing. Orizuka, who missed the party because of work, finally sees the photos and is absolutely stunned by Yukichi's appearance. Now, Saku is basically a walking icicle. She's so cold that she decides to pull out the kotatsu. That's a warm table, folks. Flashback to last year, though. Messy Saku accidentally spills juice on the table's plug while snoozing. Yukichi is still salty about it, refusing to let her get a new one. Saku, not wanting to freeze, decides to go rogue. She plans to secretly buy a new kotatsu without Yukichi knowing. Yukichi snatches her phone, warning he'll dunk it in hot water if she buys the table. Plan B? Saku thinks she'll buy groceries for Yukichi and lots of cat food to bribe him. But Yukichi is already out the door. After doing the grocery shopping, Yukichi stumbles upon a supermarket lottery, and guess what the third prize is? A kotatsu. Our soft-hearted Yukichi can't resist trying his luck. The result? Well, he gets a pack of tissues. Close, but no cigar, buddy. Yukichi comes home to find Saku missing. Did Saku actually go and do something drastic because he wouldn't let her get a kotatsu? Panicked, he dashes out the door, and there she is. Yukichi's so relieved he bursts into tears. But get this, Saku's dragging a new kotatsu behind her. As it turns out, she also entered a lottery while buying cat food and won the kotatsu Yukichi couldn't. What are the odds, right? The table brings them lots of warm and cozy memories throughout the winter. So, Saku gets home from work to find a box of cat food sent by her mom for Yukichi. Mom also wants some pics of our feline friend, and here's where things get tricky. Saku hasn't told her parents that Yukichi is not your average-size kitty anymore. He's basically a black panther at this point. Saku tries her best, but no matter the angle, Yukichi still looks massive in the photos. She even tries using some old footage to create a fake Yukichi. But Mom isn't fooled. She wants more pictures and plans to visit to see Yukichi in person. Yukichi, taking things super seriously, even thinks of meeting Saku's parents. but both get a light bulb moment. They use some perspective tricks to make Yukichi look like a tiny cat in the photos. Phew, crisis averted. Turns out, Saku's mom isn't just curious about the cat, she's worried about Saku living alone in Tokyo. Now, with these perfect pics, Saku can even show off Yukichi to her coworkers. Soon after, another box arrives from Mom, and guess what's inside? A high-end whetstone for knife sharpening. You won't believe it. Yukichi is even happier with the stone than he was with the cat food. Curiosity gets the best of Saku, and she asks how Yukichi usually sharpens his kitchen knives. Turns out he's been DIYing it with water and the bottom of a glass cup. Now, with the high-end stone, let's just say their meals went from good to Michelin star level instantly. Okay, it's lunchtime at work, and Saku pulls out her homemade bento box. Her coworkers are stunned. Again, they're like, with these mad cooking skills, she's definitely trying to snag a high-class husband. Plot twist, guys. Saku has never even thought about getting married, but the thought now rattles her. What if she marries someone and brings Yukichi into the mix? With his culinary magic and domestic skills, what if her future hubby leaves her for Yukichi? Yikes! The drama! Saku's shouting, "Yukichi!" And everyone thinks she's talking about the guy on the Japanese yen note, Fukuzawa Yukichi. After work, Saku races home and grabs Yukichi in a bear hug. She pops the question, "If someone richer wants you, would you leave me?" And Yukichi says yes. Oh, the betrayal. Saku's a roller coaster of emotions. She's crying, she's furious, and she's even thinking of pulling an all-nighter to upskill for a job promotion. More money, more Yukichi love, right? But as determined as she is, she can't resist the allure of cuddling with Yukichi for a peaceful sleep. Oh, the complexity of love and ambition. Tonight, Saku and Yukichi decide to kick back and watch a horror show after dinner. They're all like, "Pshh, we're not scared." But inside, scared out of their wits, Saku even thinks about drowning her fears in a can of beer. But Yukichi nudges her toward the bath instead. In the bathroom, Saku's playing with Yukichi's rubber ducky, and then she looks at the door, mistakes Yukichi for a ghost and freaks out. But surprise, it's not a haunting. Yukichi was just leaving a scale at the door as a not-so-subtle hint that Saku's been gaining weight. Come bedtime, Saku can't sleep. She's spooked by the dripping water in the kitchen. Yukichi goes to investigate but doesn't return for a while. Curious, Saku finds him utterly mesmerized by the dripping water. I mean, he's a cat. What did you expect? And just like that, all her fears evaporate. Fast forward to the next morning, Saku oversleeps and is rushing to work. In the chaos, she spills her coffee all over the wall. Saku thinks Yukichi's gonna lose it, but wait. Yukichi had put up wallpaper to prevent such disasters. Talk about thinking ahead. After Saku heads to work, Yukichi's on a DIY spree. He even pastes new wallpaper and, get this, rebuilds the kitchen cabinet that got stained with coffee. Who needs a handyman when you have a cat this skilled? Saku comes home to the remodeled kitchen and she's jaw-droppingly amazed. So, Yukichi is taking a casual stroll in the park. That's when he spots Yume chilling in a box. And why is she there? Turns out, Yume found a little abandoned kitten in that very box. Yume can't take the kitten home because she lives in a pet-free apartment, and her grandma has poor eyesight, so she decides to keep the kitty company until someone else adopts it. Just when you think things can't get more dramatic, it starts pouring. Yukichi, being the hero we all need, takes Yume and the kitten to his grandma's place. But alas, Grandma is too old to keep a pet. Just when Yume is about to break down, Grandma gets on the phone and guess what? She finds a new home for the kitten. So for now, the kitten stays with Grandma. How adorable is that? On the way back, Yume's feeling all sorts of emotional. She hopes the little kitty grows up to be as big and as awesome as Yukichi and dreams of taking it to a concert one day. And then, Yume's mom finally finds her. ending Yume's little adventure and solving Yukichi's dilemma. Recently, there's a guy creeping around the neighborhood, targeting women. The moment Yukichi hears about this, he's on full protector mode. Our furry friend here rushes to buy a personal safety alarm and some pepper spray for Saku. But the clock is ticking, and Saku hasn't returned home yet. Yukichi's stress levels are through the roof. And then a siren goes off. Yukichi grabs a frying pan and dashes out, racing through the park. Who does he spot? It's Rio, a supermarket cashier, in a heated argument with her ex-boyfriend. Yukichi, thinking the guy's the creep everyone's been warned about, jumps right in. Just as the ex is about to make a move, bam! Saku in the house. She judo flips him onto the ground like it's no big deal. Yukichi's jaw drops. His owner is actually a martial arts queen. It makes him feel a little useless, honestly. But hey, as long as he can keep whipping up those delicious meals for Saku, he's happy. Now we talk about Yukichi's old story. He's stranded in the bitter cold, thinking his 9th life is up. Just as he's losing hope, enter Saku, the chaotic angel who rescues him and even names him Yukichi. But wait, plot twist. The moment he steps into Saku's home, Yukichi realizes it's basically a dump. Like, no cleaning has been done since the Stone Age kind of dump. Hungry, Yukichi prowls for food, and what does Saku find? 3-month-old milk. Our boy Yukichi thinks of bolting. Just then, a box topples over, almost crushing him. And who saves the day? Saku, risking it all, dashes out in the frigid cold to buy him some decent food. When Yukichi wakes up, he discovers that Saku doesn't even have a proper place to sleep. And just as Saku is rushing out for work, she encounters a roach. This is Yukichi's shining moment. With feline agility, he tackles that critter like it's the last play in the Super Bowl. From that moment on, Yukichi decides to take matters into his own paws. He's gonna clean up this trash palace for Saku, hence his present-day Herculean size. Like, did he munch on some superhero kibble or what? Hey, thanks for sticking around, anime fam. If you enjoyed the journey of Yukichi and Saku, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on these juicy anime stories. And that's a wrap. Hope that keeps your audience engaged till the very end.